What's going on with it, guys? You see a Jaguar back here with yet another video in my, I guess, little mini European tour. My first video I checked in from Madrid. Yesterday I checked in from Barcelona, Spain. And now I'm in a different country. I'm actually in Portugal right now. It's actually pretty different than Spain. Portugal, it's like it's a lot more of like a small town feel. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of little different curves, and this city it's pretty cool. It's not as city as Barcelona or Madrid. You kind of feel a little bit like you're almost in America over there, but Portugal is definitely a cool place. So I want to check in with you guys and just talk about something we've all been thinking about, man. And it sucks to say, because I really went into the season, I was a big Urban Meyer guy. You know what I mean? I was a guy that wanted to bring him in, and just because of all his history of winning, we needed a guy to completely give the Jaguars a complete culture shock and a culture change. And, a lot of us really thought that, look, Urban Meyer, we've seen some success guys come out of college, most recently, even Cliff Kingsbury, who's doing good this year. You know what I mean? At the very least, he can't be worse than, I guess what we've had. And but the way Urban Meyer's been right now is even the most least optimistic Jags fan would not have expected just how bad he's been on and off the field. I mean, obviously it starts with on the field. The biggest thing about this team is that we are not prepared, week in, week out. And the number one thing is Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, this season was all about making sure Trevor Lawrence develops in a good way. And I'm going to get off the street real quick so we don't have a lot of background noise. But this year was all about... There we go. But this year was all about, developing Trevor Lawrence, making sure Trevor Lawrence is in a good spot and that we can develop him, like I said. And the Jaguars did not put him in a good place. First of all, in the offseason, what did you get him? You had to get him weapons. They basically got him a 30-year-old Marvin Jones, Chris Manhertz, and Carlos Hyde. Those are pretty much the offensive additions. And then also Jamal Agnew, but we got lucky with that. He wasn't supposed to be any part of our offense. So there's that. And then there's also just the being prepared week in, week out. I know that the Jaguars right now, a fact about it is that we are extremely talent deficient at wide receiver. There's no hiding the truth that's a complete fact. But I can't get over the fact that, look, how is it that every single week it's Trevor Lawrence and the wide receivers are never on the same page? It's not one-off plays, it's always. You know what I mean? And that comes with reps in practice, that comes with being prepared. We're not prepared. Trevor Lawrence has no connection with the wide receivers right now. It's multiple just missed passes. The back shoulder throws aren't there. The timing throws aren't good. When he's expecting them to cut in, they cut out. It's terrible. So there's that. And then even last game, James Robinson fumbles the ball. Of all times for Urban Meyer to say, okay, we need to prove a point and bench somebody, they bench James Robinson, our best offensive player. It was the first fumble of his entire NFL career, and you bench him? We have Jawan Taylor playing right tackle, and he's taking a play off. I don't know what he's doing. He's constantly holding. He ultimately helped us lose that game. It was absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then he hasn't gotten benched at all. And we've seen multiple times multiple different players do stupid stuff and nothing happens. You're gonna prove a point with James Robinson? And then after the game, they asked about it. He says, I don't know. I don't micromanage. I'd have to ask the other guys. And then his most recent press conference, he said, okay, yeah, I asked the OC and the running backs coach, what happened there. And they basically confirmed that, yeah, I don't know. It was some stupid stuff. They said it might have been a little bit of just him being hurt. I don't know. I don't like to listen to this guy. But it's how are you so clueless? What do you mean micromanage? You're supposed to be in the CEO role, and I don't think it's micromanaging to to basically say, like, to know what's going on with the team. You know what I mean? And he's out here saying that, like, he still needs to, like when it comes to personnel, like, he's still understanding what people can do good and do bad. It's like, dude, like, what? What have you been doing training camp? Oh, this is beautiful. Hold on. Look at this, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just literally walking around. I see that view. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, like, Urban Meyer, he never knows what's going on. This NFL adjustment is like way too big for him. And I don't know if he cares. Which is crazy because he's such an egotistical guy. And his reputation is on the line. Look, like, he was going to go down as, like, what, like a top 5 college head coach of all time, potentially. And then now his legacy is going to get shattered almost because of what happened here. And I don't know, man. It's bad. So I guess to sum up some things about Urban Meyer, like, I am not in favor of any kind of, like, coaching changes this early. I've always been a guy that wants to basically give a guy a chance. You know what I mean? You're a first-year head coach. It's going to take a little bit of time. You took over a 1-15 team, but there are just so many red flags out there. And I do not see what the upside of Urban Meyer is. You know, one of the things that I really credited Urban Meyer for was building incredible staffs in college. And that's ultimately his downfall, because I think he relied way too much on those staffs now. You know, looking back, like, he relied way too much on the staffs, where those staffs were so good that it really covered up maybe any kind of coaching deficiencies that Urban Meyer may have had. And now we're out here, just terrible record. We're not getting any better. You know what I mean? We'd be better off the season ending now, because, man, like, I know a lot of people, like, there's some people out there that are, you know, criticizing Trevor Lawrence for all this stuff. And, like, look, like, yeah, he's been inaccurate at times, but, yo, like, we could have all predicted that Jaguars would get this, you know, can't miss quarterback prospect, and he's underwhelming. You know what I mean? That's so, any of us could have predicted that. But it's a reality right now. And, you know, these are precious years with Trevor Lawrence. And, you know, I mean, there's still plenty of time to turn this thing around. I mean, you can get the right head coach in here, you know, right coaching staff to go along with him. A lot of really good things could happen to this team. We have a lot of potential, you know, and it all starts with Trevor Lawrence. And we're going to have some good draft picks. We've got a lot of money to spend. But Shad Khan needs to take a hard look in the mirror and really try to figure out, you know, what he wants out of this year. And I just don't know if he's going to fire him, man. I don't know if Shad Khan knows what the right thing to do is. And it's scary, because all of us put so much time and effort and passion into these Jaguars, and they just come out here and just suck. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no reason we should be down 21-3 to the Falcons. Even the Rams haven't won a game since October, and they're 2 touchdown favorites over the Jaguars this Sunday. The writing's on the wall, man. I was a big Urban fan. I was a fan of the hire. But, you know what I mean? If you don't have the right guy in place, you're just wasting time. And what has Urban Meyer done well? I can't pinpoint anything he's done well. And the red flags are just way too overwhelming for me to want to keep him around, unfortunately. So, you know, I hate to make this video, I really do, but that's where we are right now, man. That's where we are. Jaguars are what, 2-9, 2-10? I lost track at this point. And we're not getting any better. It sucks. So, with all that said, I think I'm kind of rambling right now. I would have liked to put together a little bit better of a video for you guys, but, you know, we got a live Jaguar report from Portugal. Definitely recommend coming out here. It's pretty cool. First time in Europe. And, you know, got a fiance who's a big travel person, so here I am outside of my Florida element. But all right, guys, go Jaguars. I'm out.